What's going on there, guys? We back with another one. Have to talk about Ace Bailey on today, the number 5 pick in the 2025 NBA draft to the Utah Jazz. And there were so many rumors around his name prior to the draft, him not working out for teams and doing interviews. Some even said he was asking for money during the interviews. We saw the video of his agent, Omar Cooper, come out sitting in the car listening to Blueprint 2, and the way he was kind of looking at himself in the mirror or in the phone, it was kind of like this dude has the wrong priorities. People bringing up his criminal past and some things back from '03. I'm not even going to delve into that, but those were causes for concern about everything that was transpiring on draft day. And then we see after he was selected, we could see Ace Bailey over there a little bit dejected, it seems like, to people. And so now it opens up a can of worms with everything that happened prior to the draft, during the draft process, and everything leading up to it. But, when those rumors start to come out, Matt Barnes and Perk had a lot to say. We're going to get to that first because Ace Bailey has reported to Utah and he's reassured the fan base that he is there to work. Let's check it out.
I want to know what's going on in Ace Bailey's camp because I don't, but I'm hearing a lot of madness outside of him canceling workouts and allegedly, I say this allegedly again, asking for money during team interviews. I don't know if this is some NIL residue, but I'm hearing that Sharif Cooper's father, Amar Cooper, is his agent, and that's dangerous sometimes. We've seen the father-son duo work. Tobias Harris's dad represents him, and he's went in there and got his bread. Even if some of these rumors aren't true, what we know is true is the way he's blowing off these teams. And this is a very copycat, weird sports leagues we play in. We were hearing rumbles with Shador Sanders, and we saw unfortunately what happened to him. And we all know should have been a top five, top 10 at worst pick. So just my whole thing to Ace, man, is tread lightly the way you're moving and the information that's being spread. The outside bullshit is already starting to be loud, and that's never a good sign for teams. That's stuff that kind of scares teams away. But you are so talented that I think they're probably going to overlook that. But once you get settled and drafted, fresh slate. Just go out there and hoop, ball. Be the best hooper you can. Don't let the outside bullshit ever make more noise than what you're doing on the court.
Jazz by Austin Ainge, Danny Ainge, new owner, young, full of energy, right? He's not happy about it. Why? Isn't it your dream, bro? Right? Then you wanted to fall to a team where you actually could go play to showcase that to showcase to them that you're a future franchise player. Wasn't that the case? Utah has one of the best fucking fan bases in the fucking league. In the fucking league. What is the problem? I'm gonna tell you what the problem is. The problem is they have these vultures out here. These vultures that are preying on these kids, preying on these kids as youngsters, right? They're coming out and they're seeing these youngsters in the 8th, 9th grade, taking them under their wing, giving them money, paying their parents' bills, making sure the kids are straight, buying them their first cars, doing everything, putting jewelry, clothes on their body. And all of a sudden, what the kids and those parents don't realize, these vultures out there, they had a hidden agenda all along. They had a motive all along. I don't know the man who's managing, not the agent, because he's not qualified. I don't know him. So I'm not going to speak on his name, but I will speak on this situation. He has handled this wrong.
After the NBA draft, we were all looking to see when Ace Bailey flew into Utah to speak with the team. And lo and behold, the next day he hadn't. While most players had gone towards or started going to their city that drafted them, he hadn't. Even Walter Clayton Jr., the other top pick for the Utah Jazz, who just won a title with the Florida Gators last year, by all accounts ready to come in and play, potentially challenge for that starting point guard position right away. We all watched Walter Clayton Jr. in the NCAA tournament last year, and so he's probably definitely more NBA ready than Ace Bailey right now today, and he was already there, but we were waiting to see when Ace was going to come in. Wasn't there, but then the following day footage comes out. He's getting off the plane, and he's greeted by the organization. And just yesterday, he had a press conference, and this is what he had to say about all the noise.
Feedback. One, was there any point that you considered not coming to Utah?
No, not at all. I mean, just blessed to be in this position I am. Not a lot of people can sit in these chairs and have great teammates as I got on that came on with me, so I'm just blessed to be here.
I think you can make an immediate impact despite your age and just 1 year of college experience?
Absolutely.
What makes you so mature to be able to do that?
In the gym, late nights, all the hard work I put in, I believe in it.
Ace, what's been your first 24 hours like here in Salt Lake? And did you come right to the gym off the plane?
Yeah, for sure I did. I was excited to see what the practice facility was like. It's a great scenery. As soon as I got off the plane, I didn't think the mountains was real. I mean, it was so beautiful. It was just seeing that scenery, just being in that position, just getting off that plane, just meeting the coaches, which is all great.
How do you find that out?
Definitely gonna be here for sure, putting a lot of weight room in, getting to know my coaches and my teammates. So I'll be doing probably both, just working out here most of the time.
So what were your first impressions of Utah like?
Very hot, a lot of mountains, great views.
How was the fry sauce?
It was great. It was a great sauce.
How are you feeling about getting to know your fellow draftees? Do you know them on and off the court?
Man, I do. A little bit. I don't want to say off the court, but on the court, I know their games. I mean, I'm very excited to get to know them.
What are your first impressions of the team? Has anyone reached out and talked to any current players?
Isaiah Okoye, Kente George came to the dinner, so yeah, I talked to them a little bit, got to know them a little bit. It was a great experience.
And then you met Coach yesterday. What were your first impressions and kind of what did he say as you're getting off the plane?
I mean, he's very excited, same as me, so I just want to create that bond. Let's just play basketball.
Did he have a good message for you?
Let's hoop. I mean, we came here to do one thing.
All right, let's get to work.
Yes, we are.
So the lesson that I got from this is a lot of players are influenced by the adults around them. They may have their agendas or whatever, but when you're going to a profession like the NBA, parents, make sure you're protecting your children. Make sure that you are right there in the thick of things. Even though he's 19 years old and he's technically a grown man, he just left your house just a year ago. And so we have to make sure that we're involved in the decision making, even if it's someone who's opened up the gym for us when we were younger, worked with us on our skills, trained us or trained with us, trained our child for free, coached them all through their lives, helped guide us in the right way with some things. We have to look at each situation totally different. When you get to the NBA, always say this. When you get to the league, say Ace Bailey doesn't work out as a number one guy, but he has some value around the league, and he becomes a trade piece for the Utah Jazz. Now, do any of those other teams want Ace Bailey because he blew them off during the draft process? I say that because right now, his stock is as high as it's going to get unless he goes on to become a superstar. And then, he becomes a hot commodity for any team and they can overlook anything. But if he becomes a really good role player, a decent role player in his career, and it happens like that, or maybe even injury or something slows him down, kind of like it did Michael Porter Jr., who had star talent coming out of high school. If something like that happens, it becomes about your ability and your character more as you age and as you become injured. So how are they going to look at him in the future? And that's what I kind of look at it as. You work in the NBA. If you're not a superstar, you can choose your destination, or if you're going to be traded or not, you work in the NBA and you can currently be employed by a team. But a lot of these players are going to play for 5 or 6 teams throughout their career. We've seen uber talented guys get traded around. So you have to seize the opportunity, take advantage, and be appreciative of the position that you're in. And that's what I would like for people to convey, and use this message or this situation as a message to up-and-coming players. You literally have no leverage coming in the league. That's why the Utah Jazz took him regardless with the 5th pick. This isn't the first time this happened now. Charles Barkley, some of the kids might not remember, but remember he tried to gain all that weight and Philly said, I don't care, we taking you anyway. Charles tells this story all the time. And So this isn't the first time a player has tried to guide himself uh, to a team or to a situation. However, sometimes it can work out better for you by just landing where you're not comfortable. I think, he from Atlanta area. It's good to go across the other side of the United States in Utah, be away from all your friends and everything, and just go out there and make it about hoop. And the fan base is really passionate. I've heard complaints about some of the things they might say to players, but one thing we do know about Jazz fans is they are passionate for their team. And so the best thing for him to do at this point, he's gone out, he said the right things. This could be water under the bridge going forward, and he go out there and put in the work because they're looking at him to be a star player. That is like your projection to be their next star. Walter Clayton Jr. ready to come in and play. The Jazz will be a team I'll be watching just out of intrigue this year. So, yeah, man, I just want to share this and let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section. How do you feel about how this whole thing was handled? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time. Peace.